Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome back to another Grounded 2 video, where today we're going to be jumping in and taking a closer look at the Grounded 2 Early Access Roadmap. Now with the roadmap we have all sorts of fantastic things coming down the pipe for us to Grounded 2. Now we have been given 3 updates for sure, with some general timing on when we're going to get those updates and what we can expect to see. Now, I do believe that this is just the highlights of what we're going to have given to us for Brook Hollow Park, and not everything that's going to be given in these updates. Obviously, we're going to have a lot more things added, like bug fixes, creature fixes, things like that, maybe some adjustments to some of the armor or weapons and things like that throughout the different updates that we have, making sure the game stays balanced, especially as they add in new bugs, new creatures, new armor, new weapons, and new areas for us to explore. So, with that set aside, let's hop in and let's take a look at it. So our first update that we're going to be getting is the fall update. Now, in the fall update, it says we're going to get Axel's recipes and Axel's arena, also Axel Park Boss, along with the building grid, various quality of life improvements, some Axel armor and Axel weapons, Axel furniture, and Japanese text and Brazilian Portuguese text. So more text there for other languages. That's the word I'm looking for. Brain went woo. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit more about what Axel is. Axel is supposed to be a large tarantula. This is something that has not only been spoiled by somebody who thinks that they found a picture of what Axel is going to look like, but also something where if you're actually in Brook Hollow Park, you can find a container that does say tarantula on it, and on the top of it, it does say Axel, which is how we're confident saying that it's going to end up being a tarantula. Now, like the Broodmother, when we got that update was called the Doom and Shroom update. When we got the Broodmother added as well as the Mushroom Bricks, we got a bunch of stuff along with the Broodmother as well. We got a helmet, we got the Broodmother club, and we got in some, like this big throne that you get and stuff like that. So you got some different things that were added for recipes and furniture and stuff like that. And I'm excited to see that they're doing the same thing with Axel. But I'm thinking, seeing how it says Axel weapons, not Axel weapon, we may be getting more than one, which would be an awesome change between Grounded 1 and Grounded 2, because if you didn't use a two-handed weapon, right? If you didn't use a club like that, that weapon kind of just got pushed to the side for you. Where I'm hoping that they come through and they give us something where it's multiple items that you can craft from Axel's exoskeleton once you defeat that boss. Now, how do I think this boss battle is going to go, and where do I think this boss battle is going to take place? I believe this boss battle is going to take place in an arena in the upper left-hand corner of the park, up in the Pines area. There's a couple of different reasons why. One, there's a large area that looks like it very much could be the arena for a boss. 2, there is a dead ant queen up there that is strung up to the ceiling in some spider web that I think is creepy and definitely makes sense that something larger than just a wolf spider is going to come through and do that. And 4, honestly, it just kind of makes sense that once it gets out of its cage, it's going to go somewhere where it can hide, and where better to hide than in a bunch of pine trees. So that's why I think that that's where it's going to end up being. I'm excited to see what this armor is going to look like. I don't know if it's going to go down the poison route or if it's going to be more down the route of like brute strength. I have a feeling it's going to end up being a fighter armor set, but I'm hoping maybe we can also get 2 different armor sets from it. But this is me really hoping, guys. I have no actual info on what's actually coming later on in the game. I'm just going and reading between the lines from all of my experience from Grounded 1 and what so far we have seen in Grounded 2. Now, taking a break from the fall update that we probably are going to get anytime between October and the end of November, my thought is probably going to be in October when we're going to see that update. The winter update is going to launch, and this one is going to be a biggin', right? This one is going to be all sorts of stuff where we're going to be getting stuff for Stream Deck Verified, Stream Deck Crossplay, and ROG Ally. Okay, not only that, we're going to be getting a new area in the park. It's blocked out here, and it says, you got like a TH or something like that, maybe a G in here. It's pretty hard to see from this picture, but we're going to be getting a new area, and I'm very excited to see what that area is going to be. I do not believe it's going to be the water area, though, and we'll talk about that more in just a second, why I think it's not the water area. But I think that the new area is going to be pretty awesome. Not only that, though, the return of playgrounds is going to be something that's amazing because there were so many good custom maps and custom challenges that were made by the Grounded community that once they have all the different assets for Grounded 2, I'm very excited to see what kind of new things they bring to the playgrounds areas and the playgrounds challenges that they make. Not only that, we're getting Sour 2.0 making a return, so that way we get a brand new version of Sour. I'm excited to see if we're going to get a new staff or if they're going to morph it into something else, if we're going to see a return of the Sour Battle Axe, if we're going to see a return of the Sour Katana. If we're going to see any of those weapons make a return, I'm excited to see if we're going to get those. Now here's another one I'm super excited about, Peeper 2.0. Right now, peeping is pretty awesome. You can peep a creature and it tells you its weaknesses, it tells you its resistances, it tells you if it has weak points. It's honestly, it's really good. I'm a little interested and don't really know what Peeper 2.0 is going to be, so I have to wait to see what that's going to turn into. And finally, we have the return of Coziness as well. Coziness making a return, I think, is fantastic because the Coziness buff really helped out for those of us who liked going through and building bases. It gave us the want to actually decorate our bases, to build those bigger bases and have an area that's really yours that once was in the backyard but is now going to come to Brook Hollow Park. So, other things that are coming along with for buggies, let's say we're going to get the Ladybug buggy in the winter. We're going to get a peeper on the buggy, which means you no longer have to jump off your buggy in order to peep a creature. That's huge. And also some quality of life interactions and improvements. This is going to be great because some of the interactions with your buggy get a little old, so hopefully we're going to see some variation in there for those. All right, then we have some new bugs coming to Brook Hollow Park, which, guys, there's some here that I am so excited for, and there's one that I am not excited for at all. Now, let's go through what I'm excited for. One is the cricket and also the earwig. Having new insects or bugs around Grounded is always an awesome thing. New armor, new weapons, new challenges, being able to battle them, finding them, seeing if there's different versions of them, things like that. It's awesome when you have new things that come into the game that you get to go and challenge. New insect variants. This I'm also very excited for. Are we going to see a return of the fire ants and the black ants? Are we going to see a return of the ladybird beetle? Are we going to see the return of the green shield beetle? Are we going to see a new version of a stink bug? Not sure, but what I will tell you that I'm very worried we're going to get, and I can almost guarantee it's going to make a return, is the dang tiger mosquito. But I don't want to talk about that anymore because it makes me sad. Anyway, we're also going to get Tier 3 equipment making a return as well as Tier 3 Omni-Tool unlocks. Now, I do hope that they make a change before this update goes live, making it so somehow we can harvest snail shells, because if we have snail armor right now, you can't really do much with it because it'll just end up breaking, and I haven't yet, by using bombs, hammers, everything like that, found a way to break the snail shells. The only hint that I've gotten is trying to use the explosive weevils and seeing if that's going to do it, but I haven't tried that yet, so don't hold me to it. We're also going to be seeing the return of the mushroom sets. This I'm very excited for, guys, because mushroom decorating, building castles was one of my favorite things as well. Then we're also going to have some new furniture and base decoration, so all of my friends out there who love building those immaculate bases that you do, we're going to see all of those making a return. Next thing, we have the summer update. Now, in the summer update, I believe this is going to be where we end up getting the water level, also known as what people are referring to as the pond or the lake, something along that line. And why am I saying that? There's so many things here pointing to the fact that it's going to be a pond. I don't know why they crossed out this, maybe because it's named something really cool, but come on, guys. Smoothies 2.0 doesn't really point to pond, but Swimming 2.0, it kind of points to you're getting a swimming level. Watery buggies, all right, now you're really just feeding it to us here. Watery creatures, you're really telling us. And then finally down here, watery equipment and watery bases. I mean, tell us you're giving us a water level without telling us you're getting a water level, right? But yeah, super excited to see all of that. I'm hoping we see some new watery creatures. not only returning from Grounded 1, but also some new stuff like maybe a Leech or the Pawn Strider that we missed out on in Grounded 1 that I'm hoping will make a return in Grounded 2. All right, and then other things we're getting is new Tier 4 equipment, which Tier 4 equipment, we've never had Tier 4 equipment before, so that's really, really cool. I'm very excited to see that. And then also, well, technically we did have Tier 4 equipment, but anyway, not actually, whatever. It's, yes, but anyway. And then finally, Tier 4 Omni Tool unlocks as well. That's going to be really cool. I'm hoping that that has stuff to do with once you actually get underwater and things like that. And then finally, guys, the future plans that they have, it says the something here, and also I think something else that says the something over here that were crossed out with some spray paint. It says we're also going to be getting passive mutations, active mutations 2.0, more buggies, buggy mutations, buggy customization, buggy progression, new creatures, new park bosses, new colossi, which I'm wondering if that means people walking through the park, or if that means things like the bird making a return, or a fish or a squirrel. I'm not really sure what colossi means, but I'm hoping for people. But anyway, new armors, new weapons, Omni Tool unlocks, new archetypes, new building materials, new buildings, customization, base moving, which is going to be awesome. And then finally, more languages here: Arabic text, Korean text, Polish text, Russian text, Thai text, traditional Chinese text, and Turkish text. All of these things, right? Now, all of these updates sound fantastic, but I want to point out that there is one aspect that is missing from all of this, and that is this red section right here, guys. Community asks, right? Community asks are not anywhere on this yet because they're waiting for our feedback, right? And that is where I think a lot of this roadmap is going to take a lot of big turns. We're going to see some really cool things come into play, because when the community starts interacting, playing the game, getting in there and saying, I'd love to see this, I'd love to see this. For instance, I would love to see me being able to take a torch and stick it on the head of my buggy, so that way it has a little light while it's walking around and I don't have to hold it, right? Things like that. Little community feedbacks that they're going to use to turn into more things that are coming in each one of these updates, I think are going to be really, really awesome, and I cannot wait to see what other updates are coming to this roadmap. But for now, guys, this is the Grounded 2 early access roadmap. I hope you guys are excited for everything that's coming to Grounded 2, because I definitely know I am, and I can't wait to see what you guys are the most excited for. So let me know by going down in those comments and let me know which ones you're the most excited for. While you're down there, do me a favor and hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.